Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today we're going to go through a nice flow sequence of exercises. So we're going to start in standing and then come down to continue the class on our mat. So I hope you enjoy the class today. Remember, always go to a level that suits you because most importantly, we want you to enjoy the class. So when you're ready, we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to start in standing. So we're going to bring those toes apart and those heels apart. So feet at that hip width distance. Just to start with, we're going to transfer that weight going to the fronts of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just gently forwards and back. Just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements so that weight's going nice and evenly down through your feet. Knees are nice and soft, not locked back. Hands up onto your pelvis. Very gently, we're going to tilt that pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just gently forwards and back. And just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements so that pelvis in a nice neutral position. That core's gently engaged, ribs soft and collarbones wide. Lovely. So we're going to bring those arms up and out to the side, and we're going to bring our arms forward and curl our head and our upper back down, and then open out wide, lifting tall. Good. Opening down and open wide. Good. So just rolling down, tucking that head under, opening wide. Good. So curling down and opening wide. Lovely. Curling down, just dropping that chin and opening wide. Lovely. Last couple here. And opening wide. Good. Dropping down and opening wide. Lovely. We're going to raise our arms up towards the ceiling. Breath in here. As you breathe out, we're going to drop one hand down, opposite knee, raising up. Good. Opposite hand, opposite knee, and opposite side again. So we're alternating. Keeping that core engaged, keeping that control as I'm tapping my hand to that opposite knee. Good. Tapping and up. Very good. Still keeping that core engaged. Well done. Tapping and up. Good. Nice and control. Keeping that pelvis level. Opposite arm across that body. That knee's just lifting to that hip height, no higher. Good. And down. Lovely. Last few. And one more each side. And lowering those hands back down. Very good. So still keeping those feet that hip width distance apart. We're going to drop down into a squat and lifting up. Good. And again, dropping down, that bottom's going behind you as you drop down and lift up. Good. Dropping down and lifting up. Now this next time we're going to drop down, raise our heels up onto those toes and lowering down. Good. Dropping down, up onto those toes, raising up and lowering down. Very good. So drop down, up onto those toes, come up on those toes and lowering back down. Lovely. So a little bit of a challenge on that balance here as you raise up and lower down. Good. Drop down to that squat, up onto those toes, raise up on those toes and lower down. Good. Drop down, up on those toes, lifting up and lowering down. Good. Drop down, up on those toes, raising up and lowering down. Good. Drop down, up on those toes, lifting up and lowering down. Up on those toes, lifting up and lower. Last few. Raising up and lower. Drop down, up on those toes, raising up and down. Last one. Up on those toes, lifting up and lowering down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to roll our shoulder around, drop down, bring that weight forwards, breath in here, and as you breathe out, slowly rolling up. Good. Opposite shoulder rolling around, drop down, bring that weight in front, breath in, and as you breathe out, peeling slowly back up. Good. Opposite shoulder rolling around, drop down, bring that weight in front, breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly peeling back up. Lovely. Opposite shoulder rolling around, drop down, bring that weight forwards, breath in, and as you breathe out, gently rolling back up. And again, rolling that shoulder around, drop down, bring the weight forwards, breath in. And as you breathe out, back up into standing. Lovely. One more time, breath in, rolling around. Drop down, bring forwards, breath in. And as you breathe out this time, we're going to roll slowly down towards the floor. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, gently peeling back up into standing. Good. We'll do another roll down. I'm going to come to the end of my mat. So we're going to roll down forwards in a second. So just come to the end if you're not already there. We're going to take a breath in. And as you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling slowly down towards the floor. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, gently restacking back up into standing. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, curling down, rolling down through that C shape, coming down towards the floor. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly restacking into standing. Go, we can do one last time. Breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, curling slowly down towards the floor. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, just soften those knees. We're going to walk our hands out and we're going to come down into a plank position from here. So breath in to hold this position. Then we're going to lift up into a pike. Drop back into that plank. Breath in, hold it here. Drop those knees down. And we're going to go to do 8 press ups. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up, tucking those toes under, lift up, reach forward back to our plank. Breath in here. And as we breathe out, lift up to our pike. Breath in again to hold. And as we breathe out, back to our plank. Hold again here. And then we're going to drop those knees down and go back to 8 press ups. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll do one more time. Toes under, lift up, reach forward into our plank. Breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, lift into our pike. Breath in here. And out. Back to our plank. Breath in. And as we breathe out, dropping those knees down. And last 8 press ups. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then drop down into that child pose. So breath in here. As we breathe out, sink down, just stretch out through the shoulders. Breath in and out, dropping that bottom down onto your heels. Good. And again, breath in and out, relaxing down. Well done. And sinking down. Good. Then we're going to come back up into 4-point kneeling and continue from here. Okay, so in this position, we're just going to start with a gentle cat stretch movement. So we're going to tuck our head under, arch that back up, tucking that head, and then dropping down into that extended position. Good, so elbows soft. We're just arching that back up, tucking that head under, and dropping down. So the insides of the elbows facing each other, they're not locked back. So we're just arching up, tucking under, flexing that spine, then dropping down, extending from here. Good, and again, arching up, dropping under, and then extending the spine. Lovely, just mobilizing that spine here, tucking under, and then dropping down, extending through. Good, one more here, tucking under, and then dropping down back into that midpoint position. Tailbones tucked under, that core's engaged. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to combine a little bit of that movement, and we're going to bring one knee in, flex the spine again through that head, and then reach away, extending. Good. So tucking that head under, bring the knee in, curling down, and then reaching, lengthening away. Good. And again, tucking under, lengthening, reaching away into that neutral. Good. Tucking under, flexing that head, and then reach away together. Very good. And again, breathe in as you fold in, breathe out as you lengthen away. Breathe in, folding in, breathe out, lengthen away. Good. Breathing in, breathe out. Very good. Reaching away and breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. Last few this side and breathing out. Good. And reaching away. Lovely. One last time. And reaching away. Good. Folding back down. Lovely. Do the same on the other side. So we're going to bring that knee, head in, and reaching away. Breathing in as you fold in, breathing out as you lengthen. Good. Keeping that core engaged. Still keeping those elbows soft. And tucking under, reaching away. Good. So curling up, lengthening out. Breathing in and breathing out. Very good. Just a few more here, keeping that control. Well done. Reaching away. Good. And reaching away. Lengthening through, tucking under. Just a few more here. Lengthening nice and controlled. You lengthen that leg away. Lengthen through the top of that neck. Very good. Last couple. And one more. Lengthening away. Folding that leg back. Good. Let's just drop down. Have a little stretch out here. Just lengthening out. Just a nice little stretch. Well done. And a nice breath in and out. Sink down from here. Very good. Good. So we're going to lift up. I'm going to come back down onto our sides now. If you've got a little block or towel you can use just to support your head. Just going to come down, rest that under my head from here. Okay, so I'm going to bend my knees up, that core's engaged, and I'm going to raise my feet into that clam position. If that feels too much, you can keep your feet down, but if you can, we're going to lift up and lower. Lift and lower, keeping those hips stacked as you lift and lower. That core's engaged. Well done. Good. Lifting and lowering. Now this time we're going to lift up, keep that knee lifted, and we're going to stretch and tap. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower that knee down, lower those legs down. We're going to straighten those legs out. And we're going to lift the top leg, keeping that core engaged. And we're going to go straight into a side kick. So flowing forwards and back. If that feels too much with both legs straight, just bend that lower leg, gives you a little bit more stability. If you can, we're going to point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Keeping that core engaged as you're gliding forwards and gliding back. All the while keeping that leg at that hip height level. Just really challenging those glutes. Good. Gliding forwards, gliding back. Keeping that core engaged. Well done. Glide forwards and glide back. Good. Keep that control. Glide forwards, glide back. Well done. Breathing in and out. Very good. Keeping that control, really feeling those glutes working. Engaging that core, lovely. Gliding forwards, gliding back. Well done. Last few. And back. Gliding forwards and gliding back. Well done. And let's do one more. Glide forwards, glide back. And then lowering that leg down, bending those knees up. Very good. So just lifting up and over from here. We're going to just bring those legs in and just do a little mermaid stretch. So we're going to reach one arm over, stretching out, going back up, reaching over to the opposite side, and back. Good. And again each side, reaching over, and back. And opposite side, reaching over and then back. Lovely. We're going to bring those legs around. We're going to come down onto our opposite side. Do the same again. So dropping down onto that side, knees bent up, that core engaged, Keep those feet down if you need to, or if you can, we're going to raise them straight up and lift up and lower in that clam. So still keeping those hips stacked on top of each other. That core is gently engaged as you're lifting and lowering. Well done. Lift up and lower. Then if you can, we're going to lift that knee, keep it lifted, and we're going to go into our stretch and tap. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lower that knee, lower those feet, straighten the legs if you can. We're going to lift up and then go straight into our side kick again. So we're going to glide forwards, glide back. Keep that core engaged. Remember, if both legs feels a little bit too unstable, just bend that lower leg, give it a little bit more stability. Keeping that core engaged as we glide forwards, glide back. Point those toes to glide forwards, flex the foot to glide back. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Well done. Keeping that leg at that hip height level to really work those glutes. Well done. Gliding forwards, gliding back. Keeping that core engaged, making sure that centre's staying stable. Not going too far forwards and back. Well done. Glide forwards, glide back. Keep that leg at that hip height. Just check down, make sure it hasn't got closer to that opposite leg. Well done. Glide forwards, glide back. Very good. Few more here. Gliding forwards, gliding back. Keeping that control. Very good. Last few. Really working those glutes here. Well done. Glide forwards and glide back. Excellent. One more. Glide forwards, glide back. And then lowering that leg down, bend those knees up. Very good. So just drop that block above your head and we're going to come round onto our backs from here. So coming down onto the mat, just to begin with, feet and knees that are hip width distance apart. And we're just going to tilt that pelvis forwards and back, just finding that midpoint between those two movements. That pelvis is in a nice neutral position and that core is gently engaged. Collarbones wide, ribs soft here, and that neck nice and long. Good. So we're going to start in with our bridge movement. So breath in, as you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting that bottom, coming up into that bridge. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, we're just walking that spine slowly back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, using those bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly walking that spine back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly walking back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly walking that spine back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up. Now this time, if you can, keeping that pelvis level. If you want to, we can lengthen the leg, lowering down, lengthen that opposite leg and lower. Breath in. And as you breathe out again, just walk that spine back down. Very good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, use those bottom muscles, lifting up, keeping that pelvis level. Don't let that bottom drop as you lengthen the leg away. Lower back down, lengthen the opposite leg and lower, and then slowly walking back down from there. Very good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, keeping that pelvis level, lifting up into that bridge, lengthen the leg and the opposite leg. Well done. And then slowly walking back down onto the mat. Very good. A few more here. Tucking under, lifting up. Good. Lengthening the leg. And the opposite leg. Keeping that pelvis lifted and lowering down. Good. Let's just do one more here. Tucking under, lifting up, keeping that pelvis nice and level. And then we're going to lengthen the leg. And the opposite leg. And then lowering back down onto the mat from here. Very good. Okay, so we're going to lengthen out through the body now with our opposite arm, opposite leg movement. So I'm going to show you a couple of options. So as we lengthen one leg, just hovering above the floor, at the same time, if you can, we're going to bring the opposite arm just as far as you can. Keep this control and coming back. Now what I mean by that is I don't want your ribs flaring or lifting off the mat. So you might not be trying to touch the mat behind you. You're just lengthening through that body, through from here, but keeping this connection between those ribs and those hip bones. So opening out, keeping my core, my center engaged as I open out. Good. Reaching away, folding back. Now if that's comfortable, we can bring both legs up into double tabletop, and we can open opposite arm, opposite leg, fold back, reach away. So it's a nice lengthening movement, particularly through the fronts of those hips here. Folding back, so keep that core engaged, folding back. So remember that, really keep focusing on that center, what's happening, that opposite arm, opposite leg movement. Make sure those ribs and those hip bones, that distance staying the same. You shouldn't feel that back lifting off the mat. Well done. Breathe out as you lengthen, breathe in as you fold back, breathe out. Breathe in to fold back. Lovely. Reaching away. Folding back. Very good. Reaching away and folding back. Good. Lovely. Nice and controlled movement. Really feel that body lengthening as you're moving through from here. Good. Lengthening away. Reaching away. Good. Last few. Lengthening through that body, keeping that control through that center though. Well done. Folding back. Very good. Let's do one more each side. And then folding back, lower those arms down, lower those legs as well. Very good. Okay, so we're going to stretch out one leg now. And we're just going to stretch through our hamstrings, but in a nice dynamic way. So we're going to lift the leg up, toes pointing up to the ceiling, flex the foot, lower the leg. Point the toes lifting up, flex the foot, lowering. Pointing those toes up and flex, lowering down. Good. Pointing those toes, lift up, flex the foot as you lower. So just moving that ankle, flexing as you lower, pointing as you lift up. Good. And if you feel that tightness in the back of your leg, as we're doing this movement, you might feel just gently easing slightly as we're moving, just dynamically stretching through the back of that leg here. Good. Lowering down, well done. Lifting up. Good. And one more. And lowering down. Very good. Bring that leg back to that start. We're going to stretch out the opposite leg and we're going to lift up and lower down from here. Point those toes as you lift up, flex that foot as you lower. Point those toes as you lift up, flex the foot as you lower. Good. And lowering. And lowering down. Well done. Point those toes, lift up, flex that foot, lowering down. Very good. And again, pointing those toes, flexing, lowering down. Excellent. Point those toes, flexing, lowering. Again, you might feel that stretch, just easing gently as we're moving through this movement. Just stretching out the back of the leg. Still breathing. In as you lift up, out as you lower. Very good. Last few. Lifting up and lowering. Well done. Lifting and lowering. And one more. Lifting and lowering. Very good. And fold that leg back in. Excellent. Okay, so arms down by your side or out to the side of you. Let's drop those knees over to one side. Turn your head to the opposite side if you can. Use those toe muscles coming back up. And over to that opposite side. Good. And again, rotating, bring those knees back up. dropping over, turning that head to the opposite side, using those toe muscles, coming back up and over to that opposite side. Well done. Just dropping those knees over side to side, opening out and lifting back up. Very good. And again, dropping over and lifting up. Very good. Just opening out through that spine, enjoying that stretch. Very good. Dropping over and lifting up. So just rotating through the spine. Good. A few more here. And dropping over, turning that head and coming back up. Last few, dropping over and coming back up. Well done. And we'll do one more each side. And coming back to that centre. Well done. Bring those arms back down by your side. Lovely. So we're going to come back round up into sitting, just to finish with a few stretches here. So just either sitting with your legs crossed, legs out of front, however you're comfortable. We're just going to bring our arms nice and wide, and then we're going to bring them in, and as we do that I'm going to curl down and then I'm going to reach open and extend and lift through my head. Good. Curling down, arching that back and extending, opening out that chest nice and wide. Good. Dropping down, drop that head down and lifting and extending wide. Lovely. And again, dropping down and extending wide. Excellent. One more here. Dropping down and extending wide. Very good. And then we're going to bring our hands together into that kind of Cossack position. We're going to take a breath in here. And as we breathe out, we're going to rotate that body around, breath in. And as you breathe out, back to that center. Good. And again, breathing out. Breath in and out. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around, breath in here and out, back to that center. Good. Breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around, breath in and out. Lovely. One more each side. And back. Last one. Rotating and back. And then just relax those arms down. Just give those shoulders a little roll from here. Fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed the class today. Well done, and we'll see you again next time.